Hello, how are you, creative souls? Super happy to be here. I'm gonna go ahead and tag some friends. Maybe they can jump on with us. All right. All right. Yay, Rachel's here. I'm so happy you joined me for today's discussion. All right. Hey, lady. All right. And we also have Brina. Yay, Brina. I don't know if you ever joined me on one of my calls. Super that you happy you are here. And BB, hello. Yay. We're gonna have a really great discussion today. So for those of you who are new, we had several people join our group today, which I'm super excited about. I love sharing the love, right? So just so you get to know me a little bit, my name is Leah Guzman. I'm a board certified art therapist and professional artist. You got my crystal here hanging out. And I love coming on here just to discuss art. We could talk business. We talk about what you want to talk about. And something that had come up that you guys had requested was talking about raising your vibe, but also just being able to use art with intention to deal with like stress and life, right? Hey, Jennifer, awesome. So we got a great group here. This is going to be amazing. And I wanted to invite Vic Blessings on here. He's come on here before. He's just an awesome person. Always has wise words and to share. So he's going to continue with this discussion, right? So something that I wanted to just kind of put like a little disclaimer before we start, because I know I talked about being an art therapist and we are going to be doing like art and healing. And I told you I was going to put a little twist of boosting your self-confidence and manifesting, all that good stuff. Hey, Oliver. All right. I just tagged Vic, so hopefully he'll find us. And when Natalie's here too. Awesome. So the disclaimer is that we're actually not doing quote unquote art therapy here, even though this is, I mean, art is healing just by making art and it's very satisfying by creating. But what we're going to be doing is actually creating art with intention. So there is, you're going to do some self-discovery and learn some stuff about yourself. But art therapy is more psychotherapy, where it's really designed just for you. So you would be with like a registered art therapist, and we are creating a game plan just solely for you to work on whatever needs to be worked on. So there's a little bit of a difference. This is more of like a generalized art experience that I'm gonna guide you through. But I wanted to first start with a discussion. So I'm hoping Vic will join us in just a minute. So I'm just putting this out there of like who this is for. This is for anybody that wants self-care. So if you have friends that you know that are like moms or always busy, they're like working, they don't have time for themselves, or at least they say that they don't have time. We all have time. Then this is what I'm doing this for, so that you can create time for yourself. It's all about your relationship with time and how you view it. Okay, so this is for that person. So share the love with that person. Oh, Natalie says she loves art therapy and has saved me over the past year. Yes, it is incredibly powerful. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can tag Vic in here. So hopefully he'll be able to join us. Citizen yoga. Okay. I don't know if that'll work or not. Hopefully he will jump back on the page and join me. All right. So I also wanted to talk about like the purpose of this group, just like really quick, because it is here for you. So it's definitely a place where I want healing to occur. I want you to be able to construct and learn tools and construct the life that you want in order to like manifest, right? So you got to do the healing, and then you got to do the legwork, which is the constructing, to manifest what you really want. So that's exactly why I created this group. Hey, Natasha. Awesome. I'm so happy that you guys are joining us today. All right. So I don't know if I should just go ahead and begin. I'm not sure if he's going to be coming on here. Let me just try one more time. Let's see. I'm not sure. It's not really going through. All right. All right. Well, you know what? Let me see. Says hi, Leah. Hey, Jerica. Nice to see you. Okay. Well, I'm hoping Vic will find our space because I love definitely his input and words of wisdom. So I'm hoping that he will jump on here. I'm thinking, you know what? He could be on Instagram, but hopefully he'll be in this group. Okay. All right, so we're going to be talking about self-care, and a lot of the comments that I had just I've heard from people are, oh, Jerica's giving me the love. I hear from people is that they won't obviously spend the time or invest money in their self-care. Okay, and when I talk about manifesting, especially like in my Art of Manifesting program, it is all about being able to get in alignment, and it all starts with your investment in yourself, because you are number one, right? You are the person. You got to fill your own cup up and over for it to fill over for you to give other people. Aw, Jericho's so sweet. She's saying hi to everybody. So time for self-care, and that's why you are here. So just think on a scale of 1 to 10, I like rating things a lot. 10 being that you're really giving yourself a lots of love. You know, you are meditating, taking care of your body, whichever way that you do that. Yoga, you give yourself time to play, whether that's with paint, singing, whatever it is that you like to do, that you go out with your friends, that you have fun, that you buy yourself new things when you need it, that you will get yourself flowers just to boost your vibration. You know, what is your level of self-care? How much would you invest in yourself? Okay. Self-care is so important. Yeah. So to put a number on here and just let me know like where you would rate yourself. Are you like at a 1? Like there's no way I would like buy a course in like self-development, or especially I know there's a lot of people that especially they want to like build their art business and to do that stuff, and you got to invest in yourself. You really do need to you might need to educate yourself on like marketing or just getting a coach or things like that. So there's definitely a level of investment, or even like a project that you want to manifest into the world. Oh, Rachel, you're high. You're 8. Jerica's 7. BB's a 7. Okay, that's good. Oh, Rachel said last year she was about a 2 or 3. Dang, girl, you went up. That's awesome. I love that. I used to be that way too. I used to have a lot of guilt of like buying myself something or just, you know, being able to invest in myself. But I think that starting my business has really increased my own self-worth, because I know that I'm putting value into the world, and I have to put it, especially when I'm selling my art and putting my art out there, that I need to, you know, put a number on that. And that's like knowing that my worth is in there. Okay. Jerica said that she was a 6 or 7 and she's a workaholic. Okay. Well, you got to get some massages in there or some spa days just to balance it all right. Right? Because like raising your vibe is incredibly, incredibly important. Oh, Rachel says all thanks to me. Oh, well, I'm so happy you're here. I think that like we are growing from the relationships, growing from learning from each other. Okay. So for even if you guys are like really high on the scale, you know, what are the things that have you learned? What's made that shift for you into invest in yourself, and especially with time and self-care? Because, you know, those tips are what going to help other people, right? So that I knew for myself that, I mean, like when I first started out with my art business, I did invest in a coach, and I did invest in classes and courses and learning the tools of the trade. So I saw that as like self-care for me to educate myself. But also now I do a lot more taking care of my body, because I always had that my root chakra that I was working on. Yay, Vic is here. Let me bring him on. Okay, bring them on camera. Yes. All right, he is being added. Super excited.
Hi, I'm happy I found you.
Hi, so
I'm so happy you found me.
was a
Was a
little bit
little
of
bit
not
not
quite sure.
quite sure. Sorry?
Do you, I don't
I don't
have like
know, like,
by
by
chance.
chance,
Okay, he's gonna
it's gonna
look.
look.
I have
I have one too.
all right.
All
So
right, so
I used
I used
to
to
take care of my
take care of my
as there is yes. So as you
so
take
as you take
stuff, you're gonna
stuff, you're gonna start
go back and
back
reflect
and reflect
back to you.
back to you. That is
Let me see if it's okay. So I don't hear it echoing. So that's good. Hey Vic, can you hear me?
Is this better?
Oh, this is so much better. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Super happy you are here. I know I brought you on a few months ago and we had a really, really great discussion. So for those of you who do not know Vic, I'm just going to introduce you. I know you just introduced yourself as human, which is you are a beautiful human being. That I know that you have a lot of knowledge and the yoga practice, and effigy breath and sound healing. And you just always have a lot of wise words to say. And so that's why I wanted to bring you on here again. So
Thank you so
welcome.
much. I love sharing. And talking about colors for me is very nice. So thank you for inviting me.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, so today's discussion, I just started off talking about self-care and just kind of getting an idea of how much would you invest in yourself with self-care, because a lot of this information that I'm going to be giving is about like taking care of yourself. And a lot of people are kind of hesitant of like just finding time, that relationship with time, of being able to give themselves time for self-care. And the money, like how much money would you spend, either going to like a sound healing or a yoga class or doing art for yourself, things like that. So that's kind of where I started this conversation, because then I was going to lead into kind of like our strengths. So do you have anything that do you see that as well? Because I'm seeing this in the group, that a lot of people aren't spending enough time in them, and investing in themselves.
Definitely. And something that I also like to encourage people to do is not only investing time in doing things outside, but internally. It also pays off to not only separate time to sit and close the eyes, but actually take a journey inside and see how the insides work. That is investment. That is activity in the universe within. It becomes sometimes very frustrating when we sit down in meditation. Okay, I want to hear that voice that people talk about and nothing is happening. I don't get any guidance. I'm more lost, you know, more confused, whatever. But if we sit and instead of just waiting there, we bring awareness into the situation and we see the thoughts arising. Where are they coming from? What are they about? What is their nature? The feelings, the sensations, the emotions, also we can observe. And then we can begin to learn more about ourselves from the inside. It's so easy to be pulled from the outside. I want this, I want this, I want this. Lately, I have been noticing everything that moves me, or not, becoming aware how a lot of the thoughts that move me start with, I want this. For the past week, I have been noticing this pattern. Whatever I'm prompted to do is because I want something.
Mm-hmm.
So wanting is an energy that is moving me lately. I wasn't aware of that, you know. Not that it's bad or anything like that. It just helps me be aware what moves me, what energies are flowing through and making me act.
Beautiful. Yes. So what moves you? And that's basically what this art prompt is today. I know I wrote a blog about it, and you guys are welcome to go to leahguzman.com just to like get the visual because I put it up there like really simply. But this is talking about like when we're talking about manifesting and putting what we want, we got to like identify it. It's like, what is it that you really want? And so I'm going to ask you, to go ahead and grab your journal, get some art supplies out, and you can go ahead and put those out and just make a statement on one of the pages in your journal and put, what is it that you want? And just be really specific with this co-creation of, because you're going to be co-creating with the universe, right? So be specific about what you want. And I love how you said how that's what moves you, to be inspired. And a lot of times when I'm working with people, I'm starting to see about like where are we focusing our attention, because it's so easy to get distracted, especially with like cell phones and just our daily task of taking care of like other people. So just going back to like that self-care and then what we really want, and then where do we focus our attention, right? So I was going to have everybody, so once you write down like what you want for your journal, on your journal, then we're going to start looking at your strengths, or actually the strengths or characteristics of what you would need in order to bring that about, right? So that's where you want to be able to like focus your attention. So thinking about, can you give us an example, Vic, of maybe something that you wanted? I'll give one too, but if like something that you like wanted and then you thought about maybe how it's related, maybe you don't have what you needed yet. Maybe that strength, you need to embody it, right? Maybe you need to embody it first, or maybe you already have it. Can you identify something and then and see how when you focus your attention, it pulls you there?
Definitely. Just a couple of days ago, I had the visit of a dear friend, Bernadette, and we were just working on some beading, right? So I created this bracelet, the blue one,
Oh,
the beads.
beautiful. Yes.
So particularly with that, I was thinking of you as well, because I use the colors, and in this particular bracelet, these are colors that I use for healing.
Mm.
So we were talking how she thought it was probably, she wouldn't have thought that I would have picked these colors
Mm.
because they are so bright and there's a lot of pink there with the purple. But I told her, look, these colors are colors that to me speak about healing, and I use them a lot to heal. So now that I can wear them on my hands, it's like perfect for me. So this is how I make the connection. I know that spirit and energy, whereas for humans, the language, the main language is words. We have the physical expressions as well.
Mm.
For energy and spirit, is colors and numbers. So associating the colors for me is fantastic tool to connect with spirit and energy.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Well, that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to show you. I did a little prompt. So I have like what my want is. I just put art up here, but actually what my want is really specific with what I want to bring into my art. And then we're talking about colors. What we're going to do is we're going to start writing down some words that go with your desire of what you want. And then we're going to match the color to go with it. Okay. So for example, if you needed, say you desired something that needed money, right? It says I want to manifest something, but it needed money. You could put the word money here, and then you could put the color that like goes with it. Some of you might put green. But say something like your art project, I put on here that I needed to be bold with something that I'm working on, right? And I put the color red for me. So being a little bit bolder, right? So think of characteristics or things that you might need to bring into your life in order to manifest it. So we're looking at the colors that would go with it. So I wrote down a lot of actual, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 7 colors. You don't have to have 7. You could like pick like maybe like 4 things if you wanted, or you could pick 7. I like that number. But yeah, so just go ahead and pick that, like take a match. And if anybody if everybody, just let me know once you've done that. If you're doing it with me, I would love to know that you've done it, that you've picked it. That would be awesome. I know we still have some people watching. So thinking about what this, like what you would need to either bring into your life. It could be maybe like if you wanted a relationship, like wanted to bring like a partner or things like that. So who do you need to be in order to like manifest it? So what the feeling might be, being open, right? Having an open heart. What color would associate with that? You might need to talk to your friends about it, right? You might need to connect with your friends and let them know. You know, being able to maybe pick a color for letting people know, expressing that you want this. Rachel says, what are more colors that would go with money other than green? I know that seems pretty like, oh, the only thing I could think of is money and green. I put money on here too. Oh, maybe yellow for gold. Yeah, that would be pretty. I put gold on mine as well, and mine means effulgent, so meaning being bright. I have the word consistency, to consistently show up to my art practice. I put that for yellow. Oh, Rachel wants both yellow and gold. Okay, good. So once you pick some colors, which are, you know, these are unique to you. I know we talk about the chakras a lot, but honestly, this is just, you know, for your own color sake, you pick your own that resonate for you, what it means for you. Like Vic, you said the blue is healing for you. BB said, that's funny. I just wrote cash flow and my color is forest green. Rachel put consistency. Okay, Rachel, so what would consistency be for you? So think of a few more, BB, think of a few more, Rachel, of what you would like to be on your own little color code.
Also, something additional for money is that here in the US, the color of money is green, but in other countries, it's more like rainbow. For a different denomination, they have a different color, right?
That's
So, like
true.
the 10 is blue, and the 50 is orange, and the 5 is yellow, and like that in many countries.
I could have a rainbow for money. I could change mine. I like rainbows.
Yeah.
I gotta draw more rainbows. All right. Zella is watching. Awesome. Welcome. So Zella, just to let you know, we are creating our own color code for what we want to manifest. So we're thinking of colors that match our desires. Okay. So just picking that out. All right. So once you've done that, once you've actually put this on here, the next step is actually picking a symbol to represent that desire. So one thing for you. Rachel says she loved the rainbow too. She's like her other favorite color. You consider that. So if you go to my blog post, I put the symbol of the key, because actually when I was creating my art, my website and everything, and I was like, I need a logo. The key for me represents that mind, body, and soul connection, like unlocking your heart, unlocking something, unlocking, you know, like self-knowledge. And so that was like the symbol that I put in the blog post. But I want you to pick a symbol for whatever it is that you want to manifest. And if you feel brave enough, courage enough, and you want to like share what it is that you want to manifest here, we would love to know, because we'll support you in that. Because I think, you know, talking about what you want to manifest is pretty amazing. But what you're going to do is whatever symbol it is, to go ahead and pick another journal page, and you're going to draw out that symbol. Okay? All right. So if you want to tell us your symbol, that would be cool. Don't think too hard about it. It doesn't have to be too big of a deal. Whatever comes to mind first. Because remember, this art doesn't have to be pretty. We're not making pretty art. This is just art for self-reflection. This is art, like, just, it has an intention behind it, because we really do want to get to the message of, like, our art has a message, and we want to know what is our higher self, like, want to tell us. What wants to come through the colors, through our symbol. Oh, Rachel says wings. Okay. So what you're going to do is go ahead and you could start your art piece now and go ahead and create it. And if you get to finish it by the time we're done with our discussion and call, that would be great. And then you could like share with us what it is, or just let us know if any ahas come up. I'm going to go ahead and kind of share with you kind of what came up for me because I already did it. I did it really fast. No, I'm just joking. I did it a long time ago. Okay, so for me,
You've
the
been
fun
working at
part,
this from before. We know that.
yeah, but I haven't shared it with anybody, so I wanted to share like what came up. Oh, BB said her symbol seems to be a triangle to represent everything. Okay, cool, cool. And then go ahead and put the color, like whatever colors you want, into that triangle or any other symbols that need to show up. So for me, I actually had a couple things show up, which was a heart, because I want to connect with people through my art emotionally. And then the eye, like this all seeing, all knowing. So it's like opening up the heart. And the butterflies are always like transformation for me, right? So I had three different symbols that actually came up in this piece. And so the fun part about this exercise, and I explained it in the blog post, but you're going to go back and look at what you created, at all your colors, and then see if there is any kind of connection here. Okay. And I'm just going to tell you, and you're going to do your art or whatever. You're not going to connect with it yet because you haven't made it, but you're going to make it. But I want to share with you what I learned. Like my message from my soul is that I added a color on here that I didn't have in the back, and the color is white. I added gold, I added all these other colors, but I didn't put white. And so I was thinking, well, I added white, and what does white mean to me? I'm not going to anything else. What's my personal? White for me is spirituality. And so the message of this art piece was, and for my other art piece, is to connect it to the spirit. So that's what my message from my soul is, to like remind me, is to make that connection of the spirit with my art. So I thought that was really cool. So I really cool of like looking back and reflect of like, why is this, what has come up, or is there extra colors added, or did you not add a color to it, and see what has happened, and kind of see what the messaging is. Vic, I should have had you do it too, and you could see what happened with yours.
Yes. we we
Maybe you
missed
can
that
do it
one.
later, and you can tell me what comes up.
Cool.
That would be
Cool.
cool, right? Rich says, so powerful. Thanks for sharing. Hi, Ivy. I'm so happy you're here. Yes, so definitely, Rachel, go ahead and do this and see what comes up. It definitely might take some time. Usually it might take like 20-30 minutes to actually create your piece. But go back and reflect to see what happens. And I guess we could talk a little bit more about like focusing energy, because I kind of wanted, maybe we could discuss that just a little bit about focusing on your strengths, and maybe if you don't have that strength, how you can bring that into your life. Because I like your bracelet, and we could tie that into like bringing like an object of how you can bring that into your life so that you can like remember that it's there, so
That
like,
helps me.
yeah. So I was thinking like either like wearing something, or just thinking about the colors of how it can tie that back, the strength of being able to, relating it to your art and what you want to manifest, but also to like your life, and then seeing it on a daily practice. I don't know if everybody does that, Vic, because like you're wearing your bracelet and it's like a daily reminder. I do that practice, like if I'm wanting to like strengthen a part of like a chakra, like I'll wear the like color yellow if I feel like I want to be, working on my solar plexus. So do you ever do that as well? Do you wear certain colors?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I do and like to share with people as a practice is to get the colors of the rainbow and associate them either, like you said, with a goal or with a strength that we want to embody, and not only wear it or have it around when we feel we need that particular energy, but also recognize it when it appears in front of us. You see? So
Mm.
the becoming aware that that color came into our presence could serve as a reminder. Oh, I can take my intentions in that direction. It is speaking to me at this moment. So it's a way of interacting as well.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, and then always having it like with you or near you to remind you of what you're trying to manifest to. I like to like when I create a piece of artwork, I will post it somewhere just as a like a daily reminder of what it is that I'm calling in as well.
Something else also that I wanted to comment now that you were talking about the white on your painting and that it
Mm.
represents the soul, you were saying we want to connect with the soul. Many times we want to connect with the soul. And we use that expression a lot. But
Mm.
lately, also just paying attention to the insights, I saw that perhaps it's the other way around, that the soul is seeking to reach outside. The soul is seeking the expression, is seeking to have conscious expression, conscious experience.
Mm.
The soul is with us all the time, wherever we go, whatever we're doing, but usually we're paying more attention to whatever is physical, mental, or emotional. But the soul, being so subtle, it doesn't press any imposition or anything like that. It lets us be. So through that being, through that beingness, uh, we can also allow the soul to express. Ego is seeking to manipulate, to make a change, to do the better or get away from the worst or whatever. Soul is just experiencing, not whether it's better or worse, good or bad, but it's embracing the experience itself. So if we are found in a negative or bad situation, soul will invite us to maybe, ideally, through the body, express divinity. So associating with a color to remind us of that could be very powerful. The
That's
soul is
beautiful.
seeking to connect instead, and we can also seek to connect with the soul. But the soul is seeking to, well, how I see it, and I see it very practical. From the insides, the soul is wanting to reach through the hand, through the eyes, through the speech, you know.
It wants to
So,
come out. It's like we always think that we
yeah,
have to like go in to like dig it out, but it's like it's already wanting to come out.
exactly. We just need to let it express,
Right.
kind
Let it
of.
express and like move the ego over. Like stop trying to like manipulate, like what you said, and just let it be.
Exactly.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love that. I gotta remind myself every time that I create art, and I'm like, I want to share it, and then I don't. Express. That's my soul.
Yeah, I'm always asking people if they can deny they have a soul. Till now, only one person has told me I cannot deny it, but I cannot accept it because I don't know what it is. I am very confused. But then, aside from that single person, everybody else say, I cannot deny I have a soul. So we all have the soul inside, and we know that the soul is connected to whatever we think is the creator, the source. So that source is inside of us seeking to express through this body, through these senses, right? And we want to make it the other way around. So if I cannot deny I have a soul, let me not only become familiar with it, its language, its ways, but also allowing it to express. What could I experience in that journey?
I love that because it's so satisfying when you allow yourself to, your soul to come through and just express.
Definitely. Could be miraculous.
Oh, Rachel said her brother is watching. How amazing. This Rachel also says, I realized that I've always dressed in the color for feeling. Now it makes sense and why. Yeah, most definitely. I actually do the same thing. I go into my closet and I have like a rainbow of colors. And I pick in like for like how I'm feeling that day. I do the same thing. So I guess it's like my soul wanting to express itself through my clothes. Oh, and Rachel's talking to her brother on here. It's just pretty funny. The color associations. Awesome. This is really awesome. So if anybody has any questions for Vic, or if you have questions for me, please ask. I love color psychology. I love personal meanings for color. I love the chakra colors, rainbow. I love all that stuff. So if you guys have questions about it, or just reflecting on your art, so please do the art, and you're welcome to like post the art in this feed so that we can all like see it. That would be pretty awesome, that we could all share what it is that you want to manifest, what is it you're working on, or any ahas that have come up. Okay, I'm just reading what Zella wrote. Just all of my emotions flow easily from my eyes and inspire me to color code my tears and emotions. Okay, awesome. So yeah, I would love to see the visuals of what comes up, and then like I said, if there's something that like for me, like I didn't have a color, and what the message of my art. So ask your art, what message do you have for me? You can give it a title, and just let it speak to you, and see what comes up, and look back at the colors, your own color code, and everything. If you want the prompts, they're on my blog post at leahguzman.com. So that's pretty cool. Does anybody have any questions? I don't think anybody's written anything. Okay. So Vic, before we wrap it up, I'm just kind of curious. Do you have anything new that's coming up, maybe for the summer? Any online stuff that you want to share? If anybody wants to connect with you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Definitely. We are moving to Guatemala for a season, so we're going to
What?
be hosting retreats from there, Evie and I.
Beautiful.
Yes, at Lake Atitlan. So we'll be spending there about 3 or 4 months. Every year we're going to a different country. We want to cover the whole planet. So this year, first year we went to Peru, next year India, this year is Guatemala. So please, if you're interested, come. We have a beautiful place. There are no roads. The access is by boat, full of nature, very quiet, perfect for spiritual and artistic work. So you can bring
Wow.
your groove as well. And I'm going to be doing some classes online as well, since I'm going to be traveling over there to stay connected with everybody. And I also wanted to share something additional to the colors that came to me while you were talking. Um, this is it just came to mind, but it's an association to a practice that I do when we practice yoga. I am suggesting people, the muscles sometimes get tight, and we just say, okay, I'm tense, or I'm old, or I'm aging, or something like that. I never exercise, so that's why I'm tight. But I'm encouraging people, interact with the muscle. What is the energy that the muscle is holding in that tightness telling you? Is there fear? Is there insecurity, self deficiency, or something like that? Or resistance, clinging? What is it? Let the muscle speak to you. So in the same way, we can also let the color speak to us. Not only we choose what the value of the color is, but when we see certain colors, if we interact, what are the colors telling us? And how can we use that information? Everything in life is alive. So we can interact with everything. And if we learn the subtle languages, we can go far more than just interacting with people.
That's really beautiful. Most definitely, it definitely has a message, like you were saying, and just figuring out what is the message for us, for ourselves. So that's
Precisely.
when we have to go in and kind of sit with it. So what is it? And ask that question, and then it'll come to you. The answer will definitely come. So will you keep us posted on the online stuff, and then would you mind letting me know, and then I can post it in this group so that people who know
Fantastic.
now
Definitely. Yes.
can connect. That would be great.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. We'll do
I
that.
definitely would love to take some yoga classes or meditation classes with you.
Great.
Oh, okay. So BB said that's been really wonderful to remind me to do this for all aspects of my life. Thank you. I love the power that is in art. Oh, and she says, I love that sharing from Vic that our soul is trying to reach us, not that we're trying to reach it. Okay. Beautiful. Yes.
Fantastic.
Those are the tweetable words for today. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so if this post you think like it's gonna resonate with anybody, please share it. I'm gonna go ahead and post it on my art page. And yeah, so just share the love, and hopefully everybody can do some self-care and learn something new. I'm kind of curious of what's going to come up for everybody, what the message. I know it might take some time. We won't have time to do it now, but let us know what comes up. Does that sound good? Okay.
Fantastic.
Yay.
Thank you, Leah, and thank you
Thanks.
everybody for joining and sharing.
Thank
Love to you all
you.
and blessings.
Many blessings to you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
Bye.